Warning: if you're over 60, the very exercises you think are helping you might be quietly hurting your heart. It might sound hard to believe, but after the age of 60, every single move you make matters. Every step you take, or don't take, has an impact, not just on your joints or your muscles, but on something far more vital: your heart. Now let me ask you this. What if some of the most popular exercises, the ones you see in fitness magazines, TV ads, or YouTube channels, are actually putting silent strain on your heart every single day? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to protect you. As a heart doctor, I've seen far too many seniors walk into my clinic feeling perfectly fine, only to discover irregular rhythms, high blood pressure, or early signs of heart damage they never saw coming. And you know what? In most cases, it wasn't because they weren't exercising. It was because they were doing the wrong kind of exercise, movements that were too intense, too fast, or simply too much for an aging heart that needs care, not chaos. The truth is, many seniors are unknowingly making this mistake. That's why, in this video, I'm begging you to stop 5 specific types of exercise that could be weakening your heart, not strengthening it. But don't worry, I'll also show you gentle, effective alternatives that actually protect your heart, not punish it. Because here's the thing, your heart deserves better. And mistake number 1 might be something you're doing, even today. 1. High-intensity workouts, the silent strain on your heart. We all want to stay strong, fit, and independent as we age. But there's one trend that's gaining popularity and quietly putting aging hearts at serious risk: high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. You've probably heard of it: short bursts of extreme effort, followed by rest. It's everywhere, online, on TV, in gyms. But after 60, your heart is not the same heart you had at 30 or 40. It's wiser, it's slower to recover, and it's far more sensitive to sudden pressure. HIIT may look impressive, but I've seen too many seniors collapse, faint, or land in the emergency room after trying it. Why? Because that rapid, breathless pace forces your heart to pump harder and faster than it safely can. For many, it doesn't build strength, it builds silent risk. The worst part? The damage doesn't always show up right away. You might feel a little more tired, a bit lightheaded. You might chalk it up to aging. But inside, your heart could be screaming for help. I've had patients who were doing HIIT 3 times a week. They thought they were being healthy. But the pressure on their arteries, the erratic heart rhythms, those were the real results. If you want to live longer, move better, and protect your independence, you don't need to push harder. You need to move smarter. Gentle walking, Tai Chi, or light swimming. These are quiet champions of senior heart health. They strengthen you without shocking your system. Because at this age, safety is strength. Sustainability is success. Many older adults jump into these intense workouts with good intentions. They just want to stay young, stay active, stay out of the hospital. They're told, no pain, no gain. So they push through the breathlessness, the fatigue, the pounding heartbeat. But what they don't realize is, their heart is not a machine. It doesn't recover like it used to. And every time they push past its limits, they're adding quiet damage that doesn't show up on the outside until it's too late. You don't need to compete with younger people. You don't need to prove anything. You've already done the hard work. Now it's time to protect your body, not punish it. So here's what I recommend. Replace HIIT with low-impact activities that focus on balance, breathing, and blood flow. Try 30 minutes of brisk walking, Tai Chi, or even chair-based exercises that keep your heart moving without overloading it. And most importantly, listen to your body. If your chest feels tight, if you're getting dizzy or short of breath, those are not signs to keep going. They're signs to pause. Because being strong at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't mean lifting the heaviest weights or running the fastest mile. It means waking up every morning with a calm, steady heartbeat, and the peace of knowing you're giving your body exactly what it needs. And yet, even if you're avoiding high-intensity workouts, there's another mistake I see far too often. A type of movement that looks harmless, but creates intense internal pressure. A hidden danger to your heart. Let's talk about that next. Let's say you're doing everything right. You've skipped the intense workouts, avoided the high-impact routines. But there's one more thing you might be doing in the name of health, and it's something I see every week in my clinic. Core crunches and heavy lifting. I get it. You want to stay strong, build muscle, keep your independence. That's smart. But here's what no one tells you. When you're over 60, your body doesn't respond to strain the way it used to. Every time you clench your core during a crunch, every time you lift a heavy dumbbell or barbell, your body builds pressure, a lot of it. This pressure builds in your abdomen, your chest, and most importantly, your heart. That moment when you hold your breath to push harder, that's when your blood pressure spikes. Your heart gets squeezed. Your arteries are forced to react fast, and sometimes they just can't. I've seen patients pass out mid-lift. I've seen seniors come in with chest pain after a set of sit-ups. And in the worst cases, they suffer heart rhythm problems that don't show up until hours later. It's not about laziness or weakness, it's about biology. As we age, the arteries become stiffer. The heart doesn't stretch and rebound like it used to. Sudden pressure becomes a silent threat. Let me be clear, strength training is important, but how you do it matters more than ever. Here's how to stay safe. Skip the crunches. Instead, try gentle standing core exercises or stretches that don't involve straining your abdomen. Avoid heavy lifting. Use resistance bands or light weights with slow, controlled movements. Always breathe continuously. Never hold your breath during effort. And if possible, work with a trainer who understands how to adjust exercises for older adults with heart concerns. Remember, your goal is not to look like a bodybuilder. Your goal is to feel strong without feeling strained. And if you've ever felt lightheaded, dizzy, or tight in your chest after lifting, don't brush it off. That's your heart speaking to you, and it's time to listen. Now, not every danger comes from movement itself. Sometimes the environment around you becomes the biggest threat to your heart. Let's talk about a hidden danger you might walk into without even realizing it. The weather. Exercising in extreme temperatures, when the weather becomes your heart's enemy. We all know that regular movement is good for the heart. A daily walk, a little light stretching, maybe gardening or gentle yoga. It's a beautiful habit, unless the weather has other plans. I've seen it happen too many times. A senior bundles up for a morning walk in the cold, or heads out for a stroll on a hot summer afternoon. It seems harmless. It feels like the right thing to do. But for the aging heart, extreme temperatures can quietly become a powerful enemy. You see, after 60, your body doesn't regulate temperature the way it once did. In the cold, your blood vessels constrict to preserve warmth. That narrowing causes your blood pressure to rise, a dangerous mix if your arteries are already stiff or narrowed. And in the heat, the opposite happens. Your blood vessels dilate, your heart starts racing to cool your body down, and you begin to sweat and dehydrate far faster than expected. Now imagine your heart in that moment. It's not just pumping blood for exercise, it's struggling to keep you alive. I've watched patients collapse after 10 minutes in the sun. Others gasp for breath in the cold, not realizing what's happening inside. This isn't about weakness. It's about biology changing with age. Your heart doesn't need you to avoid exercise. It just needs you to choose the right environment. So here's what you can do. Exercise indoors when the weather is extreme, too hot, or too cold. Always hydrate before, during, and after movement. In summer, wear breathable clothing and avoid peak heat hours. In winter, layer up, but don't overdo it. Listen to your body's signals. And perhaps most importantly, don't force it. If the air feels too heavy, if your chest feels tight, if your breath shortens too soon, pause. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Your heart is resilient, but it's also fragile now. And something as simple as the temperature outside can tip it into distress if you're not careful. We often think danger comes from action, but sometimes it comes from the timing of that action. Now we'll explore a type of movement that looks harmless on the outside, but inside, it creates chaos in your heart, your brain, and your balance. If you're still watching and you've found this helpful so far, please type 1 in the comments below. It really helps us know you're here and learning with us. Jumping, rapid movements, and sudden direction changes. The hidden chaos inside an aging body. There's something thrilling about fast-paced exercises. Jumping jacks, quick lunges, burpees. They make us feel alive, like we're fighting back against time. But after 60, your body doesn't process speed the way it used to. And here's the truth many won't tell you. Speed doesn't equal strength. And for the aging heart, speed equals stress. I've had patients come in after an energetic aerobics class, feeling dizzy, lightheaded, their hearts racing out of rhythm. Sometimes, they've even taken a fall, not because they were weak, but because their bodies were overwhelmed. You see, Your nervous system slows down with age. Your balance isn't what it was at 30 or 40. And your arteries are less flexible, which means your heart works harder just to keep up with rapid changes. When you jump quickly, twist suddenly, or change direction too fast, your blood pressure can spike. Your heart rate can become unstable, and your brain may not get enough oxygen in time to stay balanced. What looks like a simple move to a younger person can become a storm of confusion inside a senior's body. But here's what breaks my heart. Most seniors are doing these exercises out of hope. Hope to stay strong, stay independent, stay young. They don't realize that these fast movements are quietly undoing their efforts. One fall, one skipped beat at a time. The real strength at this stage in life doesn't come from how fast you move. It comes from how well you move. Slow, steady, fluid exercises like Tai Chi, gentle stretching, water aerobics, or even slow walking with focus. These are not easy options. They are smart, safe, and powerful. They train your heart gently, support your muscles, and protect your balance. They help you stay active without risking your future. In your 60s and beyond, protecting your heart means choosing control over chaos. So the next time you see a fast-paced workout, ask yourself, is this building me up or breaking me down? Now we'll talk about a common habit that many seniors think is helpful, but it may be stealing something your heart needs more than exercise. Deep, healing sleep. If you found this video valuable so far, type 1 in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Your health journey matters, and we're here for you every step of the way. Exercising too late at night. When good intentions disrupt the heart's deepest healing. At first glance, working out in the evening might seem like a smart, even disciplined, decision. After all, the day is winding down. The house is quiet. You finally have some time for yourself. But here's what most people over 60 don't realize. Exercising too late in the day can quietly interfere with your heart's ability to recover. And over time, it can disrupt one of the most vital systems in your body, your sleep cycle. You see, after 60, your sleep becomes more fragile. Your internal clock, called your circadian rhythm, is more sensitive than it used to be. Even a short walk or light cardio before bed can stimulate your nervous system, raise your core temperature, and elevate your heart rate just when your body is trying to calm down. And that small disruption? It can delay your transition into deep, restorative sleep, the kind of sleep your heart and brain depend on to heal, repair, and regulate blood pressure. As a doctor, I've seen this again and again. Seniors who exercised with the best intentions but unknowingly sabotaged their sleep. They would tell me, "Doc, I'm eating well, I'm moving daily, but I still feel tired, my blood pressure's up. I can't sleep through the night." And often, the problem wasn't what they were doing. It was when they were doing it. Because here's the truth. Poor sleep is directly linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, inflammation, and even irregular heart rhythms. When you lose sleep, your heart loses its chance to rest. That's why late-night workouts, even gentle ones, may do more harm than good. They confuse your body. They send a signal to stay awake when it's supposed to be winding down. Instead, here's what I recommend. Do your exercise in the morning or early afternoon. Keep your evenings calm and soothing. Replace late activity with gentle stretching, deep breathing, or a short walk before sunset. Let your nights become a time for healing. Because for your heart, nighttime isn't just for sleep, it's for survival. And as we move forward, there's one more lesson I need to share with you. One that goes beyond exercise or diet. It's about the most powerful habit you can develop in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The habit of listening to your body. Stick with me in next part, because this next section is a message from one heart to another. A message from my heart to yours. The quiet power of listening to your body. If you've made it this far, I want to say something from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It means you care, not just about living longer, but about living better. Not just about adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. And so now, I want to speak to you not just as a doctor, but as a human being who has walked beside too many hospital beds, held too many hands, and heard too many people say the same heartbreaking sentence. I didn't think it was a big deal. They ignored the fatigue. They dismissed the shortness of breath. They thought that one tough workout or that skipped rest day was nothing to worry about. But here's what I've learned in decades of caring for hearts. After 60, almost everything becomes a big deal. The way you move, the way you rest, the way you eat, sleep, and handle stress. Because your heart, this tireless organ that has beaten for you more than 2.5 billion times in your lifetime. It's not invincible. It's not asking for perfection, but it is asking for attention. You don't have to exercise like you're 30. You don't have to chase six-pack abs or outpace your younger self. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. What you need is this: kindness in how you treat your body, consistency in your habits, and awareness in every choice you make. There's no medal for pushing yourself to exhaustion. There's no trophy for ignoring warning signs. There's only the quiet, priceless reward of waking up each morning with a calm heart, steady breath, and the strength to enjoy your day. So let go of the myth that more is always better. Sometimes, less is wiser. Walk slowly, breathe deeply, sleep well, and above all, listen to the little signals your body sends you. They're not annoyances. They're messages. Because your heart isn't just beating. It's speaking. And what it's asking for, now more than ever, is your attention, your care, and your love. The final beat, when skipping movement becomes the real danger. We've talked about dangerous exercises to avoid. But now, I need to warn you about something that may seem even more harmless. Doing nothing at all. You see, while intense workouts can overburden your aging heart, complete inactivity can quietly destroy it. Day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. And the scariest part? You may not even notice it happening. Maybe you told yourself, I'll start exercising next week. Or, I'm too tired today, I'll try tomorrow. And before you know it, a week turns into a month, and movement becomes a memory. But here's what your heart wants you to know. Motion is medicine. Every time you choose to move, even if it's just a slow walk to the mailbox, gentle stretches while watching TV, or 5 minutes of deep breathing with soft arm movements, you're feeding your heart with what it needs most. Circulation, rhythm, life. The heart is a pump. It's built for motion. Without it, blood stagnates. Arteries harden. Muscles weaken. And over time, your independence fades quietly. I've seen too many seniors end up in hospital beds, not because of an illness, but because they let their strength slip away by doing nothing. Not from overuse, but from underuse. You don't have to join a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. All you need is the willingness to begin again, no matter how small that beginning is. Your body is not asking you to move mountains. It's asking you to move it all. So if you're reading this while sitting down, pause and take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders. Wiggle your toes. Stand up slowly and stretch. Because that single action, no matter how small, might just be the first step towards saving your heart. You don't need perfect days. You need intentional ones. And it's never too late to begin again. A final message from one heart to another. If you've made it this far, I want to say something simple but important. Thank you. Not just for watching this video, but for caring enough about yourself to learn, reflect, and take action. That means you're not just living, you're choosing how to live. I know aging comes with challenges. Some days your body feels heavy. Other days your energy fades faster than you'd like. And often, the world doesn't understand what it feels like to be in your shoes. But here's what I want you to remember. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are not invisible. You are a warrior who has carried decades of memories, love, struggle, and wisdom. And your heart, it's been there with you the whole time, faithfully beating through every joy and every sorrow. Now, it's asking for your help. Not with intensity, not with perfection, but with care. So let today be the day you stop doing the exercises that hurt you and start doing the movements that heal you, the ones that honor your heart, the ones that protect your future. Let this be your moment, not to push harder, but to live smarter, move gently, and choose joyfully. And before you go, I want to leave you with this. If this video helped you in any way, even just a little, please let me know by commenting the number 1 below. It lets us know you're here, that you're listening, that you're choosing health. And if you didn't enjoy it, that's okay too. Just type 0, so we know how to do better for you next time. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We're here to support you, guide you, and walk with you through every chapter of your journey after 60. Because you're not alone. You're not too late. And your best days can still be ahead, one healthy, gentle step at a time. Thank you for watching. Stay kind to your heart and to yourself.